Hello my friends, and today the Russians continue to actively advance along the entire front line. But let's start right away with the Kupiansk direction. Here, the occupiers have again resumed attempts to capture Avdiivka, and within a day they have already launched 4 attacks and are conducting shelling along the entire front line. So the Russians have no success, and the Ukrainian Armed Forces repel all attacks, with the front line remaining unchanged. In the direction of Svatove, the occupiers once again shelled Berestove, but no activity was recorded along the front line. In the direction of Kreminna, the occupiers are actively storming the positions of the Ukrainian Armed Forces near the village of Terny, and battles are ongoing in the forest near Yampolivka. Additionally, a large number of shelling incidents are reported in all villages near the front line. Despite the fact that the Russians have launched 7 attacks within a day, the front line remains unchanged. In the Siversk direction, the occupiers failed to break through anywhere. All attempts to enter Bilohorivka and Rozdolivka were unsuccessful, as the Ukrainian Armed Forces held their defense and the front line remains unchanged. So today only shelling incidents are being reported. In the Bakhmut direction, there is a significant intensification of Russian activity today. So it seems they've been tasked with urgently advancing to Chasiv Yar at any cost. Because I don't know how to explain the conduct of assault operations in Bogdanivka, Ivanivske and Andriivka, where they are attempting to advance towards Klishchiivka from 2 sides. So within a day, they have launched 11 attacks, and there is a large amount of shelling along the entire front line. Although there are no significant changes in the confrontation line, so we are waiting to see how the latest battles will end. But the situation is extremely complex. In the Avdiivka direction, the occupiers have already launched 14 attacks, and as before, they are trying to break through to Berdychi, Orlivka and to Nenke. So they haven't achieved any success, and the front line remains unchanged within a day. So essentially, after Syrsky changed command and reinforced the units, the front line has stabilized, and Russian correspondents are already reporting that the Ukrainian Armed Forces are trying to retake the lost territory.
With the support of artillery, they conducted assault operations in the Pervomaisk area. The armed forces of Ukraine did not withdraw. In turn, Ukrainian troops tried to recapture previously lost positions near Tonenk and Orlivka. Tough encounter battles near Berdik. Ukrainian troops are under attack in Kostantinivka, Pereskovivka, Orlovka, Semyonovka, Novobakhmutivka, controlled by the armed forces of Ukraine, the settlement of the same name east of the Russian armed forces, Okeratin, Novolexandrivka, Arkhangelskoy, Novokolinovo and Oleksandropil, a settlement north of Donetsk. Russian, in Marinka, Donetsk and Avdiivka.
Overall, as you can see, this situation has been stabilized at the minimum. And it can now be said again that success is on the side of the Ukrainian Armed Forces, and the front line in the Avdiivka direction is stabilizing, which is very encouraging. Moreover, in the area of Pervomaisk, all attacks have ceased for a long time today. Attempts to break through are only being recorded in the area of Nevelske, but the front line remains unchanged, and the Ukrainian forces continue to destroy the occupiers. Similarly, last night there was a large fire near Torets. Whether it was the result of an attack is not reported yet. In the direction of Marinka, the activity is very high. The Russians have already launched 22 attacks and are attempting to advance on Krasnohorivka from two sides. Additionally, there are assaults in the area of Horivka, Pobeda, and Novomykhailivka. So the situation on this front is extremely complex. However, despite this, the Ukrainian Armed Forces are holding their defense, and the occupiers are unable to advance on Kurakhove. So it was also reported yesterday that the Ukrainian Armed Forces managed to shoot down another Su-34. In the direction of Vuhledar, the occupiers continue shelling and offensive actions have ceased. They haven't achieved any success in any direction, and the front line remains unchanged. In the Zaporizhzhia direction, the Russians launched an attack within a day, and of course, it was unsuccessful. The front line remains unchanged. Shelling continues at the former rate, but for now, they are not rushing to storm Robotyne with large forces. So Russian correspondents even claimed that the last attack on Robotyne was carried out on quad bikes.
In the Zaporizhzhia direction, the Dnipro main military station in the area of the settlement of Rabotyne. Ours today tried to attack the village of Rabotyno on unarmored ATVs. The result is predictable, unsuccessful. In general, there was a lull after that. Now General Teplinsky and our entire headquarters of the Dnepr main military command are busy with only one thing, the organization of the presidential elections in Russia. That's how we fight.
Everything is correct. The weather has improved, and soon we'll be able to conduct assaults on bicycles. So in turn, the Ukrainian forces actively respond to all threats that approach, and the destruction of the Russians is progressing successfully. In the Kherson direction, there continues to be a large number of shelling incidents on the right bank. Again, attempts by the Russians to break through in the area of the village of Marinka to squeeze out the Ukrainian forces from the left bank are being recorded. But we see that they have been unable to do anything for a long time, and our units successfully hold their ground. So we very much hope that it will be possible to expand this foothold in the near future, so that movement towards Crimea will begin before the arrival of the F-16s. So, since time is not on our side, the occupiers have begun serious fortification efforts on this front as well. So, this could complicate the advancement of the Ukrainian forces towards Crimea. But today, even with drones, the Ukrainian forces continue to destroy Russian ammunition depots. And another video has appeared online, a successful strike on a depot resulting in the detonation of ammunition. Meanwhile, in the temporarily occupied Feodosia, explosions were heard on the night of March 3rd. So local Telegram channels reported dozens of explosions and a fire at the largest oil depot in Crimea.
Прям фейерверки. Ой-ой-ой-ой-ой-ой-ой-ой-ой-ой-ой-ой-ой-ой-ой-ой-ой-ой-ой, бля. Прям вот, сука, рядом. Ебать его все нахуй.
Meanwhile, the State Border Guard Service reported that all 6 directions at the Ukrainian-Polish border continue to be blocked.
The State Border Guard Service reported that all 6 directions continue to be blocked on the Ukrainian-Polish border. The blockade of traffic for trucks continues by Polish farmers. These are 6 areas. As of this morning, more than 2,400 trucks are waiting in queues in all these directions on the territory of Poland towards Ukraine. According to Andriy Demchenko, the longest queue is observed in the direction of the checkpoints Krakovets and Yahodin, where at the last checkpoint trucks are allowed to pass only in the direction of Ukraine. and 70 vehicles passed over the past day. Let me remind you that Yahudin is the largest infrastructure area where 1,200 to 1,400 trucks can cross the border in both directions. Instead, now only trucks that follow in Ukraine are allowed to pass. Not a single truck crosses the border towards Poland, as they are not allowed to pass, Demchenko added. He pointed out that the protesters do not block traffic for other categories of transport, including cars and buses.
And that's all from me. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell to stay updated on all the latest news. Thank you for watching, and see you next time. Bye bye.